Let's go to Samkele Maseko, who's joining us for that funeral service of Jolidee Matongo. Samkele, good morning. Welcome to the show. Tell us about the proceedings currently underway. Is it clear as yet whether the president will be part of the proceedings this morning, considering that he also visited the home of the Matongo family?
Well, Aldrin, President Ramaphosa visited the family of the late Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Executive Mayor Matongo, yesterday to pay his respects after they were campaigning in Soweto for the ANC's people to come out and register to vote last week, Saturday, where he was met with his untimely passing on the Golden Highway in the evening. But I'm going to bring in Mrs. Loyiso Masugu, who's worked extensively with Mayor Matongo. Mrs. Masugu, condolences to you. You've worked with the Executive Mayor Jolidee Matongo for a very long time. Just your views as you pay respects to his day, where he will finally be laid to his final resting place.
Thank you so much, Samkele. Indeed, I worked with Boss Jolly, as we affectionately called him, a fine young man. And, you know, I was actually privileged and honored that he believed in so many of us that we were part of his mayoral committee, and he gave us serious responsibilities. But you know, one thing about him was that he always believed in empowerment. From the days when we were in the Youth League, he was my chairperson in the ANC Youth League as early as 2008. I was actually a branch delegate in that conference. It was at Eskom Center. I was remembering when he was elected and he became the chairperson of the Youth League. And that is where we actually met and we grew together in the organization. And then we grew together in government under the leadership of the late Jeff Makubo, where Jolie was indeed the MMC for finance. You know, it's still unbelievable. It's like someone is going to wake me up and say, it's really unbelievable. But I think his love and commitment for the organization is one thing that really ought to really make us celebrate him, honor him, and make sure that his legacy lives on, because he loved the ANC. He loved serving people. He, as you would know, as you said in your intro, he died with his boots on because he was from the campaign trail with President Ramaphosa.
When you look at the current trajectory of the organization, what would be the best memory for you as leaders of the ANC currently, particularly the top 5 of the city of Johannesburg, of the region of Johannesburg, to honor the living memory of not only the passing of the Executive Mayor Jeff Makubo, but also his predecessor, the late Jeff Makubo, and also now the Executive Mayor Jolidee Matongo?
Samkele, unity, renewal, and of course ensuring that the transformation agenda is not compromised, it's not delayed. But all of that can happen with a united ANC, a renewed ANC in Johannesburg. And of course, working hard to ensure that on the 1st of November, the electorate is fully behind the African National Congress. And we will do that in the memory of both Comrade Jolie and Comrade Jeff Makubo.
There have been certain things being said, branded about on social media, certain allegations, aspersions being casted about the passing of the mayor. What did you have to say about those spreading those allegations that may further plunge the ANC in the city, in the region of Johannesburg, into further turmoil?
What is always important in the African National Congress is, you know, we've got a very clear understanding that as Africans, we have to respect a passing of any person. And what is important is that in the organization, we must be able to speak together in one voice. Because remember, we are leaders of society. So society is looking at us, and it is important as members of the organization to demonstrate to society our maturity, it is important to society to ensure that we are the ones who are ensuring that society is looking up to us, to ensure that we are not the ones who are actually plunging the organization into crisis. So I'm really saying, in all honesty, everybody will have certain views and certain feelings. This is not the time. Let us all respect the memory of Comrade Jolie, and also remember him for the unifying figure that he was. Comrade Jolie was a very tolerant human being. You may differ with him, but he was tolerant of your decision. He respected your views as a person, and he would never, if you listened to Comrade Lebohang Maile at the memorial service, he said Comrade Jolie never took his dissatisfaction to social media. If he had something to raise, he would come to you so that you clarify and correct, because perceptions can be created on something that is not even there, something that does not exist. What is important in his memory, all members of the ANC, Samkele, have to ensure that we work together, we build the ANC, and we desist from hurtful and misinformation, especially that can be perpetuated because of social media. And I think what is important is for the ANC comrades to work together and hold each other for the sake of the African National Congress.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Masugu. That was Mrs. Masugu, who worked with Jolidee Matongo. She is the Deputy Regional Secretary of the ANC in the region of Johannesburg, and also an MMC within the City of Johannesburg, who worked with the Executive Mayor Jolidee Matongo, who will be laid to rest today. We have seen a number of ANC high-profile leaders such as Mtutuzi Manana, NEC member, Zizi Godwa, NEC member, who is currently with Paul Mashatile, the Treasurer General of the ANC. We are also seeing there the Mayor of eThekwini, that would be Olisi Kaunda. I'm just going to try and grab the Mayor of eThekwini. It's really interesting to see you here all the way in Johannesburg to pay respects to Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg. Your history with Mayor Matongo, you've worked together in the ANC Youth League. What can you remember the late Executive Mayor with?
Indeed, this is a great loss to the nation, to the people of Johannesburg, and our movement, the African National Congress. This was a dedicated cadre of our movement, a servant of the people, who executed his responsibilities with distinction. So we are here to express our heartfelt condolences to the family and also pay a tribute to him for the work and immense contribution that he has made to, as well as the revolution itself.
During your tenure as the leader of the ANC Youth League in KwaZulu-Natal predominantly, what are some of the moments you can remember sharing with Jolidee Matongo, who was the regional chairperson of the Youth League in the Greater Johannesburg region?
Firstly, he was one of the sharp comrades in terms of engaging in debates, as well as ensuring that we do not promote factionalism, because factionalism is a scourge that must be rooted out. Within that path to ensure that we unite the movement, but we also execute responsibilities whenever you are deployed as a cadre. You ensure that you deliver to the mandate.
Siyabonga Bab Kaunda. That was Olisi Kaunda, who is a PEC member of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, former provincial chairperson of the ANC Youth League in KwaZulu-Natal, and also the mayor of the city of eThekwini, also here to pay respects to the fallen mayor of the City of Johannesburg. That would be Executive Mayor Jolidee Matongo. There are a number of ANC leaders who are here. Mtutuzi Manana, Mzwandile Masina. We've seen the Deputy Chairperson of the ANC in Gauteng. That would be Panyaza Lusufi. We've also seen Paul Mashatile, David Mason, Premier and Chairperson in the province.
Well, we apologize for the break in that feed, but we will be going back later on to Samkele Maseko as follow the proceedings of the funeral of the late Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Jolidee Matongo.